Hello everybody, welcome to Turn Up My Vanguard. This is Luigi here, the Storm Commander. I'm known for playing Aqua Force and Great Nature, but today I'm here to bring you the Aqua Force Deck Profile for Standard. Aqua Force is one of my favorite clans. I've been playing it since the beginning of Vanguard. It's something that I always love, and as long as Aqua Force is a clan, I will continue to play this awesome game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the deck profile.
Standard Aqua Force.
Leading off is the Forerunner, Officer Cadet Eric. This is a standard Forerunner for just about every clan in Standard. When rolled upon, draw a card. I like the fact that we have these Forerunners that do give you the inert plus when ridden upon. It helps stabilize the hand advantage and helps us to really not get our face pushed in, since Aqua Force is an Excel clan. So having the standard Forerunner, the +1 draw is always good, but hopefully later on they come out with Forerunners that come out with skills that can greatly benefit the clan. So who knows, we'll have to wait to see if we wind up getting favorable support in June. One of the weaknesses in Aqua Force is that Aqua Force relies heavily on its rear guards. Without their rear guards, their Vanguard practically does nothing. It's vanilla. It sits there. So I've catered the deck to teamwork.
Is it vanilla, like vanilla ice cream? Or, I mean, I ain't saying that kind of opinion y'all about who like vanilla, but you know, just want to let you know you playing.
Yeah. I mean, without their rear guards, the Vanguard basically is just swinging and attacking. But there will be several situations where you may not call any rear guards just to preserve your hand. There will be some situations where that actually happens depending on your matchup. So now onwards to the trigger lineup.
Triggers?
6 front.
Why so many front, Luigi?
Aqua Force is a teamwork clan. If one rear guard can hit, everybody hits.
So essentially what you're saying is Aqua Force a hoe. Aqua Force hoe.
I guess.
Everybody hitting, I mean, you know. Well, okay.
I mean, but that would also be bad in a sense, so.
They running that train. But anyway.
Yeah. But another day, another story. But 6 fronts. The reason behind this is so that if my opponent checks a damage trigger, whatever rear guards that could hit before the damage trigger was checked will be the same rear guards after a front trigger is checked that will hit, or that can at least touch the Vanguard.
So essentially what you're saying is, without the front triggers, they're a good minion in the real world. They ain't gonna never hit.
No, I won't say all that now.
I mean, you know, these females, but that ain't the point. We'll get on that another day.
Yes, but that's not the point. All right. Now, I know I will get a fair amount of hate for the number of crits. Only 2.
Only 2? Why only 2?
2 crits for 2 reasons. 1, for the surprise factor. Checking a critical when the opponent calls a no guard at 4 is very satisfying. And 2, a lot of clans have grade 3 units that are capable of giving themselves inert criticals. Dimension Police with Dayusha.
You know, getting there with Dimension Police ain't gonna never hit anyway. And that's definitely good mean.
Well, I don't know. Try telling that to Dayusha if he's swinging for 55 or 56 crit too.
He's gonna get these heal triggers too much time.
I suppose. But again, a lot of things is gonna come from being mindful of what matchups you face. I say having the player knowledge and knowing your matchups is one of the keys to kind of winning with Aqua Force, and that's with any clan. So you can be able to do your best with the clan while also being excel what Aqua Force does best, which is chain attacking.
What's chain attacking?
Chain attacking is multiple attacks that take place in the same turn. Some clans in G era also had the ability to do this. Insert gear cancer here. So I'm actually happy that the new CEO is actually coming forth to give the clans their identity of what they're known for. But I felt like Bushiroad didn't have enough information as far as to what to do with the clan mechanically. As a result, hence the support that we got. So I may get some disagreements here. I won't be surprised at that.
Where's wrong?
But on to the next one. Doro Trigger.
Oh yeah, pretty self-explanatory. We all need some draws.
Stabilize the deck.
And they RPGs.
So right now, it's the only draw unit we've got outside of another unit that I'll cover later. But the fact that the draw triggers are PGs really helps open up the grade 1 spots, and plus, it's a PG. You need PGs. PGs save lives until you run into a Dragonic Waterfall.
Ooh, or that antlion.
Or Antlion, or the mobile hospital from Angel Feather. Can we go on?
Alright. And of course, 4 heals.
We need to live. We need to live. I also approve of all of this artwork. Whoever did the artwork, kudos.
Oh man, that looks great. She got an eye patch and everything. She's been through some wars, boy. Look at her, boy.
She's seen a lot.
I ain't talking about in the bedroom. But alright.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and go to this main deck.
Alright.
Alright.
To the main deck we go, Seaman.
I mean, I'm mad you just said Seaman though. I mean, okay.
I mean, this is the Navy. I mean, come on. The invincible Navy.
I mean, we were just talking about how much this female has seen in bed. You talking about all this semen.
Seaman, sea lady.
See, you slipping up. I think you missed the whole point, but all right.
No, I got the whole point. All right, leading off with the grade 3s. I may get some hate. I'm well aware of that, but it's my choice. 3 Blue Storm Dragon, Maelstrom. Skill. Act Counterblast 1 on Van. Your front row gets pumped up by 3k. Second skill, once per turn. When your rear guard, and I will say again, when the rear guard attack hits a Vanguard, if it is the 3rd or 4th attack of the turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, discard 2 cards from your hand, stay in this unit.
Okay, so I assume with Aqua Force, Luigi, it's very imperative about which battle count everybody's in and when it hit, right?
Correct.
I appreciate this. Let's go on to these other 3s. Look, what other 3s run, man? We got that Riptide.
Riptide's here, but you can't have an admiral without a second in command.
Jolly good ship.
Naval Gazer Throttle.
I like his artwork a lot better, though.
Skill
I approve of the artwork.
1. Of course, everyone loves the artwork. I mean, it's a tear dragon that's carrying a giant water cannon. What more can you ask for? Counterblast 1, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, if it is the 3rd attack or later. Counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards, stand it, and then Naval Gazer gets 10,000.
Oh God.
Until end of turn.
Okay.
So, this will swing for 22. If you combine him with a few rear guards in the back line, you can give this some on-hit pressure.
And you guys, make sure y'all stay tuned. We will be making a combo video of this right here.
Factual info. I'll go over some basic attack formations that you'll need. You can also customize different formations. With Aqua Force, one thing you have to learn is don't be afraid to explore and create your numbers.
Hey, hold on. Now make sure you tell them too. Be careful now what you're playing. Because when they get dispatched off that field, you're going to be in for a bad time.
You will have to be mindful of how you deploy your rear guards. Because against certain matchups, you may want to keep those additional rear guards in your hand. One thing about Aqua Force that is a primary objective, you must have very good card economy. What I mean by that is, you must get the maximum output for the minimal investment. In other words, if I call can attack 3 times, and I have Naval Gazer out due to his skill, I've only committed 1 card for the ride and 1 card for the rear guard. So I've committed 2 units from hand in exchange for 4 attacks. That is a good trade-off.
Jolly good shit. Where'd you get the front trigger?
Special effect.
Special effect. Fuck up shit.
Facts!
Alright, let's look at these other 3s though, Luigi.
Alright.
I'm
Next
getting the
to mine.
goosebumps.
Storm Rider Diamantes.
I fucks with him. He look kind of tight though.
Naval Gazer, Maelstrom, and Diamantes all have the Excel marker. Diamantes skill, van or rear. If he attacks first, he gets 3k. If it is the first battle of the turn. Also, auto once per turn. When this unit attacks, if it is the 3rd battle or later. Counterblast 1, pitch a card from your hand. Stand this unit and he gets -3 until end of turn.
Jolly good shit.
His first skill counteracts with his second skill. And also, just to be mindful, due to his wording, the -3 is on attack. Which kind of sucks, because that's a loss of power before the attack even connects. And that -3 can be the difference between a 10k guard and a 15k guard. So be mindful of how you use that ability. You may have to pump them up with other units that I'll show later.
Alright, let's
But if push comes to shove, and if I don't have the other 2, he'll be the next ride target. And the last 3, rip time.
rip a hole in him.
Yes, he does rip holes in people. And for good reason too.
He be tearing up that. Nah, I ain't about to go there.
Nah, don't go there. However, he does leave large gaping holes if you get my drift. But anyway, anywho, continuous. He can only attack on the 4th battle or later. So if he's all alone, he's not doing anything. However, it's the 4th attack or later where he gets the payout. When he attacks, he's gonna get power plus 20,000
Imagine him.
on an Excel server.
Oh, that man, ooh,
He's 42.
that Vanguard, ooh, you on Maelstrom, that Vanguard, no, he's standing. Alright.
This is either gonna do one of 2 things if your opponent sees this Riptide. Either A, they're gonna drop a Kanzen on this, or B, they're gonna waste at least 2 triggers, at least a 10 and a 15, or a 10 and a 5 for Force Clans.
Alright.
Well, excuse me, a 15 and a 5 for Force Clans. A 15 and a 10 for anything else.
What about these 2s though, Luigi? The 2s, the bread and butter there.
True.
What you got?
I did say Aqua Force relies on its rear guard, so let's meet the star lineup here. 4, Marine General of the Restless Tides, August.
4?
Yes, 4. Reason being, Skeet on Van. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1, soul blast 1 is the cost. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do choose one of your rear guards, stand. Very helpful if you're trying to make an aggressive push, but be mindful of your matchups and that you are going against, especially with Aqua Force. You especially want to be careful against matchups such as Kagero or Shadow Paladin.
The foolishness.
Or Narukami. Anything that has the ability to clear off your field. Be very careful.
Alright.
Because they will make you pay for it if they see any of your combo pieces out. So you have to know, you have to pick and choose when it is a good time to rush or when it is a good time to go all in. Because you will pay for it if you start losing those combo pieces and you cannot recover them. That's one of the downsides about this deck in the way that it is built as of right now. But hopefully the support from June can solve for that, which I'm really hyped for. Also, when this unit attacks on rear guard, if it is the first battle of turn, he stands himself for a counterblast. An excellent rear guard. Unlike most Excel clans, Aqua Force can call rear guards to the board and stand themselves, which is a characteristic that's different from something like Gold Paladin, who can superior call, or Nova Grappler who can stand other rear guards. Aqua Force can stand their own rear guards in order to get to their necessary battle count. But there will be some instances where it may not be all about the battle count, and you can actually save some resources this way.
What else we got next?
You know him? For all the Aqua Force players that love him, you hate him if you see him on the board.
Yes, Tidal
Assault.
As soon as he come on the field, you know he.
Any control clan will make this public enemy number 1.
Especially if it was old Tidal. Oh shit.
Old Title was also public enemy number 1 also.
These ain't fuck Tidal.
I guess. But still a good unit nonetheless. Even if he does have a cost to him, I'm really not bothered by his cost in standard. Skill, once per turn, when this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, stand this unit. If it is the second battle or later, however, he loses 5k. Again, due to his wording, the -5 is on attack, so his power will drop. However, there's a unit in here that can offset that power. I'll explain that later. Another unit to get to that necessary battle count, one of the primary units along with Algos that can force shield from your opponent's hand. Again, the goal is you want to trade one of your cards for either 1 or 2 of your opponent's cards. So you can also have these guys poke at rears to either A, get an interceptor off the board, or B, force a card from your opponent's hand if it's a rear guard that they desperately want to keep. Either way, you've achieved your objective. Any other clan will probably snipe this, but in some instances, that's maybe what you want, if it means diverting attack from the Vanguard, which is who you want to save. Now, I also may get some hate here for Lazarus, despite the fact that his skill is very simple. Some people may favor Shotgun Assault, who is also very good. For those that are not aware, Shotgun Assault, Soul Blast 1, when this unit attacks, if it is the third battle or later, this unit gets power plus 8,000 until the end of the battle. Makes him a 17k attacker. With Lazarus, Van or rear, when this unit attacks, if it is the second battle of the turn or later, this unit gets power plus 3k. The reason why I chose Lazarus, for the time being, I may replace 2 of them with Shotgun Assault. 1, he's costless. 2, I can get to an earlier battle count for the increase in power versus Shotgun.
Hey, he get a front trigger, he's dead for too.
Exactly.
Well, excel more.
Excel and protect anyway. However, Shotgun can touch a force clan. But that also means I have to get to a third battle count, which may or may not necessarily be good if I don't have the right units in hand. Because Aqua Force has always been a clan where we have to draw into our combo pieces. If we don't see our combo pieces, everything falls apart. Alright. That's the bread and butter of the lineup.
Oh, those are the only 2s?
Those are the only 2s. Now, I've also seen some builds that also ran Trident Shoot. For those that don't know, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, if this unit is on an additional rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, exchange the position of this unit with another rearguard. Now, that unit is also very good, and I plan on testing him soon. Reason being is because you can really take advantage of the plus 10k that the Excel Circle grants. So you can actually share the plus 10k with multiple units. The Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 isn't really a big issue, but I feel that running him at 4 can sometimes be detrimental because I'll have need of other units that may need either that Counterblast or that Soul Blast for an additional play. Especially if it helps out the rest of the team.
Alright, check out these ones. Wow.
Lead it off, Theo. Theo Knight from Taylor.
Oh, hell yeah. I fuck with him.
And his skill is free. Van of rear. When this unit attacks, or when this unit attack hits, excuse me, or when this unit boosts and the attack hits. If it is the second battle or later, choose one of your units. It gets power plus 8 until end of turn.
Pretty self-explanatory over him. That's God's here. It's free and it's plus 8. God dang.
True. It turns any one of your units into a shotgun until end of turn. And it's free. He just has to hit though. However, sticking him in a line with Maelstrom or Naval Gazer, pretty good. I don't see anything wrong with it. Plus, it's a Van of rear skill. So if you want to grade 1 rush, you can, but also be mindful because depending on the matchup, your opponent will also resort to rearguard sniping, which is good for you in a sense, but also it is a double-edged sword. Make sure you have the combo pieces necessary to be able to keep up your offense. Because once your units run out of steam and you're not seeing the correct units that you need to, your offense will start to wane. Next up in line, all hail Anakin Penguin.
Look at him.
Light Signals Penguin Soldier. Special effect.
Help shit.
You can rest this unit. A unit in the same column will get plus 5. Helpful during Maelstrom turns, helpful during Naval Gazer turns. Have that type assault or that August or that Diamantes being able to poke at something. Yeah. Or poke at a Vanguard. Either or works. Also, second skill. You can retire this unit. When your unit attacks, if it is the 4th attack of the turn, countercharge 1. Great skills all around. I kind of wish he went into Soul, so he would fuel the Soul versus another unit that's ran in here, but I'll take what I can get. He countercharges, he helps out a teammate to be able to push for numbers. You can make columns with this, but timing is everything. You have to know when to use the plus 5 or when to swing with it as a column. Because sometimes bigger numbers are important. Because you may be able to swing with a Lazarus title column and be able to swing for 20 versus swinging for 17 if that battle count is met. So be mindful. But other than that, great unit, excellent way to countercharge, get your resources back to your so you can replenish your much needed counterblast that you can use for another turn. Resource management is another key in this deck. Managing your resources well means you'll be able to do more stuff later. Now, I may also get some hate here. Only 2. Battle Siren Viviana. Now, this card is an errata. There is an errata print for this card. The correct text on this unit states, when an attack hits during the battle that this unit boosted, if it is the 3rd battle or later cost, put this unit into the Soul, draw a card, choose one of your units, it gets power plus 3,000 until end of turn. I do like it that it goes into Soul, but I also dislike it that you gotta get to the 3rd battle. However, it does set up a Naval Gazer line, which is good. But in terms of Maelstrom, it'll only go off if Maelstrom is able to stand. But that may not always necessarily be the case. However, you can use it to make other lanes to add that additional on-hit pressure and give somebody plus 3. And it's a way to gain your resources back. So she still deserves a spot in here. I may bump her up, but I've been testing her at 2 and she's fine. I may bump her up to 3. We'll just have to see what else winds up coming out that we can get our hands on. My personal favorite among the grade ones. Influent Dagger. skill for free. When any of your units attacks a Vanguard, this includes himself too. If it is the third attack of the turn or later, he gets +3. This rewards you for attacking. The more attacks you can get off on the third battle or later, the bigger this gets. So he has a dual role. He can either serve as a gigantic booster or a gigantic attacker. Standing this on a naval gazer turn, and this is in the Excel circle, is very fun, especially if he's the last unit to swing and maybe pumped up with a trigger or two. But triggers aren't necessarily guaranteed, so we're only going off based off of what he can do. 5 attacks means this unit will sit at +9. In the Excel circle, that'll put him at 26. It's a force number. We like hitting force numbers. Hitting force numbers is good. We love those. So I run him just for the simple fact that he can make columns if necessary. Having 2 of these in the same column is nuts. Especially if at least 5 to 7 attacks have taken place, all on Van. Now your opponent has to worry how many attacks is this guy gonna get off. Because if Tidal and Algos or Diamantes accompany this line set, this is going to get ridiculously big. So he has a dual purpose. Like him at 3, run him at 3 in my premium build. Great card. I love it. So that's the deck profile for standard. I know some of the choices that I have, you know, they may be a little controversial. And a lot of people may say, well, why are you running 3 Maelstrom and 3 Naval Gazer? Well, the answer to that for me is actually quite simple. Even though there may be some opposition to it. But the reason being is, if I ride Naval Gazer, there are pros and cons to both. If Naval Gazer, if your opponent checks a trigger during a Naval Gazer turn, part of your turn shuts down. Which means none of the rest of your teammates can hit. Which means your opponent gets to keep cards in their hand. We don't want that. Maelstrom's problem is you have to commit more rear guards to his cause. However, there are simple solutions that you can use to kind of help with this strategy. But those are the reasons for the deck choices that I have. But that's all for this Aqua Force Deck Profile video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Do naughty things with that like button.
Hey,
We like those.
hit the notification bell. Give us feedback. We need the feedback. It's how we get better, and it's because of you that this channel can continue and keep growing strong. So see you later, Commander out.
The next video, I'm gonna post my Dragonic Overlord deck profile for a premium.
So hope to see you guys later. This has been Turn Up My Vanguard. This is Luigi, the Storm Commander. TCG Live. Out.